Hi Scorpio, this is Morgan with Compass Rose Astrology, and today we're going to be going through the tarot and astrology of the month of March. And these videos are where I go through all the different transits that might be affecting you most, Scorpio. We'll see which houses are lit up for you the most here. And then we'll go into tarot to kind of tell a story, see how it might be unfolding for you, see if any planets might be activating the most for you. And then at the end, we'll do an oracle card from Spirit, like a last final message from Spirit that you might need to hear the most. And I do these videos mostly from the rising sign perspective. You can see over here that I have Scorpio on the ascendant in the first house. And I do recommend, though, that you watch the sun and moon videos so that you have a bit of a better idea of maybe like a more holistic idea of how these transits might show up for you. Because these are general videos, and that means just take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because not everything will apply to everybody. Yeah, so I think we have so many things going on here. First and foremost, we do have, let's see, I guess we'll start off, we have Saturn finally leaving Aquarius, and that's going to be an absolutely huge transit this month. It is leaving Aquarius, going into Pisces for the next 3 years. For the past 6 years, when it was in Capricorn and Aquarius, 3 years each, it was in a Saturn ruled sign. It was in its home. And now it's finally moving out into a little more kind of lighter feeling than Capricorn and Aquarius. Pisces is a lot more ethereal, a lot more sensitive, a lot more kind of comfortable. So in my mind, this is more about like sure, we have Saturn in Aquarius that's like restructuring society to make it better, and then we have Saturn in a Pisces that's going to make your society more comfortable and cozy and more exciting to live in, honestly. So I'm very excited that Saturn's going to be moving out of there into your 5th house. So that could spell some really good news for you if you're a creative person, because that's the house of creativity and passion, if you're in children, stuff like that. And then shortly after that, we do have Pluto also leaving Capricorn and moving into Aquarius. Pluto has been in Capricorn for about 13 years, I want to say, at this point. So finally going into Aquarius. It will be there for just a couple months until June 11th. Then it will move retrograde back into Capricorn, and then will move direct and will be in Aquarius for the next 20 years. So this is a nice little snapshot of different kinds of feelings and experiences we're going to be having over the next 20 years. So, and I think that going into your 4th house, that's a very powerful house. The 4th is an angular house. So any planets you have in Aquarius will be activated at this time for sure. And it will also be making pretty strong angles to your 1st, 7th, and 10th house as well. So depending on your birth chart, it could be lighting up some other factors in your life too. And also, let's see, so you, Scorpio, are ruled by the planet Mars, and so I think another big transit that we're going through is Mars is finally leaving Gemini and going into Cancer. Very, very excited for that, because Mars has been in Gemini for like 8 months, and it's time. It's good. It's good to finally get Mars out of there. So, I'll be honest, Cancer is not its favorite sign to be in, but it will be a nice kind of breath of fresh air, a little something different after the consistent Mars and Gemini themes that we've been having for the past 8 months. Honestly, I think Mars and Cancer can be, it will be a little like, beware of boundaries and stuff, like going into isolation or anything, because I think Mars is quick to cut things off and quick to cut people off, and in Cancer that just makes it tenfold. And Scorpio, that honestly is something that you are pretty good at doing anyway. So no shade, but you're a very strong person that knows their own feelings. So We'll see if that comes up most in your tarot reading. Before I jump into that, I am going to cleanse the space with this cleansing sage and rose bundle and this cleansing candle that I made. And I am saying thank you so much to Spirit for providing clear and compassionate messages for Scorpio and Scorpio's highest good. We dispel any negative energy and bring in only positive messages and constructive messages for Scorpio's highest good. Thank you so much, Spirit. I appreciate your guidance very, very much. Okay, let's go. All right, what is Scorpio experiencing? Oh, also, another big thing is we do have Venus going into Taurus, your 7th house. So we'll see if that comes up. Okay, this guy wanted to come out. He's having a little hard time, but wanted to come out. All right. Any more? All right. Love it. Okay. Wow. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Lover's card. So I wonder, that's so funny that, like, last but not least, I wanted to be like, let's talk about your 7th house. And I feel like that's actually a lot that's showing up for you here, because the Fool card is actually indicated by Uranus, and the Lovers is obviously indicated in the 7th house with partnerships. So let's see. So 3 major arcana right off the bat. I really think that is a huge karmic balance that's coming in for you here, Scorpio. I'm wondering if you've been on a bit of a journey and possibly a self kind of guided journey of trying to kind of find yourself in a way. And it doesn't have to be a literal journey. It could just be that there's this desire here to find yourself and to know yourself. And I think that you've come through this really crazy past few years with a lot of resilience, a lot of courage, and the desire to start anew, basically. And we do have the Lovers here, so I'm wondering if maybe this is around a person that you have met in your life. And if it is, then you find them completely and unequivocally attractive. And I think they feel the same about you too. And I feel like there's just a lot of desire here. And it could be that you're thinking about starting something new and just jumping right into this possible relationship. But there's a bit of a kind of hurt here. And so I'm wondering if this is someone that, like, maybe you've tried something, like tried to start something with them in the past, or perhaps in the past you didn't have good boundaries with people, and you're kind of like thinking about that, and you're trying to think of a good way to have a strong, passionate, good relationship with a person that really can see your soul and understand your soul and your body too. Like, that's super important, especially to Scorpio, strong Scorpio placements. There is just kind of, there's this hint of like a little bit of like holding back, because I feel like there's maybe this fear that you won't be seen, or that you won't put enough boundaries up and you'll feel like you're kind of trod all over. But there's this really, really strong connection between the two of you. That's and if you're in a relationship, I feel like if you're in a relationship, there's a discussion happening between the two of you that might be kind of something that's been rehashed before, but you are trying to find a new solution to it, basically. And possibly, maybe that could mean even taking a relationship to another level. But there's still a sense of boundaries and needing boundaries here is what I'm getting from this this Nine of Wands. And so with the Nine of Wands, the Fool, and the Devil, there's also this air of being able to shrug off old vices that don't hold you prisoner anymore, basically. So that could be something that you've had to deal with having Uranus in the 7th house, or having all of these planets in the 5th house, because having Saturn go into the 5th house too, that will kind of jumble up not only your creativity, but a lot of things that you find desirable. It could be some vices, but you've gone a long way to being able to shuck them, and that they don't hold you like they used to. So if that's true, that's incredible, Scorpio. I'm really, really proud to hear that. That's an amazing accomplishment. So let's see. Let's get a little more clarity of what you're going through right now and see where this is leading us. What is Scorpio going through right now? What is Scorpio currently going through? Okay. What is Scorpio currently going through? Strength card. Well, here's all your major arcana. So, Spirit is telling you to remain strong. So, there's definitely a sense of partnerships here. I'm wondering if... so, I think you are here showing up as the Queen of Cups. You're an incredibly compassionate person, and this is not like gender specific. This is just the energies. I think you're an incredibly compassionate, like beautifully hearted person that holds space for other people, but is also very tuned into your own intuition and your own emotions, and that makes you an incredibly attractive person. And so I think like I do think that there's a partnership here for you, and I think this other person in your life is showing up as the King of Swords. It's a good balance to your Queen of Cups. There's a little more communication through words rather than actions that might not you might not be used to, but it is the King of Swords is still an incredibly reasonable, honest, truthful person, and I think that's a big thing that you look for in people, is just honest and truth. And on the other side, we also have a Queen of Pentacles here, and this is a very grounded person. And so I do think that this is being indicated. Perhaps there's another person in your life that you often think back to, who was really grounded, really beautiful, but having this person underneath the Devil card perhaps this is the person that made you realize that you had to put up boundaries, that they were maybe not interested in the same things that you were, or just couldn't match your energy. Like it was a little too, there wasn't enough forthrightness there for you. And having like the Ram here, I think that there could have been some miscommunications because this person isn't nearly as good at communicating as the current person that's coming into your life. What you're looking for is someone that really balances the physicality and the spirituality of life that you're looking for to embody in your own as well. And I think this person can embody that. And there's like a fresh start here. So let's just see what you can expect, Scorpio. What can you expect? Perfect. Okay, wow. Lots of major arcana. You got a lot going on here. So we have the Two of Wands, we have the Page of Cups, and then we have the Temperance card. So I really do genuinely feel like there has been, so with the Temperance card, there's just this air of a spiritual connection here. And so sometimes you can't always like explain things like logically, you know, but there's a really strong spiritual connection here that is helping guide you, but you also, like, that's what you look for. You want the spiritual guidance. You want the sense of knowing and the intuition rather than the just straight reason, you know? And then we do have the Two of Wands and the Page of Cups, and this totally, like, means that there's going to be an offer coming in for you, and an offer of, like, possible affection or connection or creation together. You know, it could be that you both are very creative people and maybe they want to kind of work with you. And Spirit is saying that you can offer them a lot too. So if that's something that you might be worried about, I don't know, like, you are a very courageous and brave person, but I think there might be some self-doubt here. But you offer them a lot too. You're a very dynamic, inspiring person, and I think you probably have a really great sense of humor and are a really fun person to be around, especially with this Fool card. So, and you're also brave. You're an incredibly brave, good person. So don't be afraid of that. And also, like, sometimes there are experiences that we have to go through in the 7th house that are a little karmic in nature, and it just helps you learn a lot in what you desire in a partner, and how you should be as a partner or as a person even. Like, you know, life isn't always going to be about partnerships, and I think that's a big thing that Uranus kind of teaches in the 7th house. So you have a lot to offer even if you aren't in a partnership, and you have a lot to offer if you are. So, and I think the Temperance card is definitely saying, like, what you give out, you get back as well. So, in that there's happiness in all walks of life, for sure. So, let's see. Let's see what Oracle has to say to you. See if Oracle has one last message for you. Okay. So we have Bats in the Belfry. You can achieve great things. So actually, one thing that was coming to me while I was shuffling, which is why I was kind of slow, is that if a partnership isn't something you want, like a traditional partnership, because we do have the Devil and we have 2 choices on either side here. If a traditional partnership isn't what you're looking for, then that's totally okay too. Like, Temperance is saying that it's like you don't have to walk the way everybody else walks to, even though, like, other perspectives might think of it as the devil. Like, you know, as long as everybody voluntarily, I don't know, is into whatever. But like, as long as you're living your soul purpose, basically, and no one's getting hurt or anything, you should choose the life that you want to experience. So anyway, I'm going to read from the Oracle deck for you, Scorpio. And just to make sure that I don't miss any of the actual Oracle meanings. And we have Bats in the Belfry. And I hope that's how you pronounce it. Belfry. These companions will teach you how to be upside down in life for a time, to fly against the mainstream views, and to find your way when you can see no way ahead at all. They will assist you in moving far beyond the cares and conditioning that told you to stay enraptured by limiting beliefs, to remain in thrall of your fear of being different. The bats and their outstanding skills, sensitivity, and talent will help you accept that you must begin to live with even more courage, imagination, and boldness, even when you are misunderstood. They will show you how, in time, you will become an inspiration, because you choose to live with valor, excitement, and beauty. The bat's only question for you now is, what next? With these friends, no fear can approach you. Others may say you are indeed batty, and this ascendancy has seemed mad even to you at times. The current state has been preceded by a heavy, hurtful climb. Just because no one can quite see how you've made it to the top does not mean you did not have to climb. There was no magical lift, no easy way up, nor did you fly, but you did follow your instincts, and we, the bats, the ones who can see you in the dark, led you to your current home. Now you are here, and so many wonders you can see, and so peaceful and fine it feels to be high above it all. The air is fresh and clean, and you can just see where you need to go in the future. There will be a time to start the next great journey, but for just a moment, take time and enjoy the wind at your back, the incredible views stretching out before you, and the freeing sense of detachment from the cares and woes of all those who said it could never be done, that you did not have the skills, that you could not climb so high. You have. You have done well. Now take a moment and enjoy the magnificent view and all the wisdom this height can offer you. See the future directions. See where you made what others call mistakes, and see how those below stay stuck. And know you need only ask for our help, especially when the darkness falls, and you will find your way to the beginning of another great journey into places that others say it is not possible to go. It is. You have shown it to be so. Now let us take in the glorious view. Through the choices you have made, you have managed to actively show that it is possible to do what others once insisted could not be done. You have clearly shown that the miracle that is your life is a result of the decisions you made to no longer be limited by fear and conditioning. You have been so very brave. The choices before you now are expansive. Don't become too lightheaded. Consult yourself and heed the advice of others who have broken free and are flying high. Take the advice of those who have dared to achieve their dreams, not those who suggest you stay safe by never daring to dream at all. And Scorpio, I truly love this card. I think that this is exactly what Spirit was trying to convey, and that I only kind of got to at the very end of the reading, but I truly believe that's what Spirit is saying with the Devil card and the Fool card, and your incredible braveness in your Ten of Wands. So I'm so excited to see this, and excited for your offer that might be coming up to lead you into greater things. So I hope you found this reading fun and hope it resonated with you. And I would love to hear if anything, if you have any stories that might resonate with the transits or with the tarot. And I am so grateful to have you guys watching, and I really appreciate you being here. I will see you in the next video. Thank you again so much.